Back to the next video. In today's video I will show you how to create a web app using WebAssembly and Rust, and for that we will be making use of the Leptos framework. So first what you will have to do is you will have to install Rust. That is pretty basic. Just visit the Rust website and you can install Rust. So in case you don't know, Rust is a programming language. Then along with Rust you get a cargo free, which is a kind of like a package manager for Rust. Once you do that, just run this command cargo install cargo-leptos. This might take a little bit of time. Once that command is done, you will have to run this command rust up space target add wasm -unknown. Once that is done, you can create a Leptos project using cargo leptos new -git leptos-rs/start. It will ask you for a project name. Give it some project name. I have just given it a second. You can give it whatever you want. Then important thing is, if you go to the cargo.toml file, here for this leptos metadata and leptos router, you might see something like feature nightly. So something like this, feature nightly. Nightly is kind of like alpha version, like alpha features of Rust or alpha features of Leptos, which we don't want. We only want the stable feature. So all you have to do is you will have to remove comma feature equal to nightly from over here. So I have removed it from leptos metadata, leptos meta and leptos router. Once you do that, just cd to your project, to whatever you have created, and then run cargo leptos watch. And if you go to localhost :3000, you should see something like this. And if I go to my app.rs, which has this HTML code for me, and here I can immediately change something. I can write coding, welcome to coding. It does take a little bit of time. That there is a feature of hot reload. You don't have to manually refresh the website, but it does take a little while. I think, yeah, it's not as fast as a JavaScript bundler, but I think it will improve over time. So here you can see it has updated, and if I click this button, this is by default feature present. The next step which we have to do is, so first of all I want to tell you that inside the src folder, the lib.rs file which you see, it is for our front end code, and the app.rs file which you see, sorry, not app.rs, main.rs file which you see is for our backend code. Now we'll make a few components. I will tell you how to do that. So firstly, you will have to go to your, we will be using Tailwind CSS. So for that you will have to add this bit of code inside your toml file. So if I go to cargo.toml, where is it? Okay, let me just check. So inside package.metadata.leptos, you will have to add this tailwind-input-file equal to input.css and tailwind-config-file equal to tailwind.config.js. Now you will have to create this file of tailwind.config.js. So I have created this inside the root of our project, so you can just copy paste it if you want to. Also, you don't have to manually install those dependency of Tailwind. Just do a Control-C on your terminal and run cargo leptos watch again. It will automatically install you the required Tailwind dependencies. Okay, next we will create a component folder. So I have already created it. Inside that I have created few components. First is blogpost.rs. So nothing much over here, just this is how a default component in Leptos look like. So you have to import Leptos, and here I am using this model of blog post. So I'll show you that model as well. So here I have created a model class. Before that we have to do few things. So first what you can do is create a component folder, and inside that create all this file: blogpost.rs, blog preview card.rs, blog_previews.rs, edit post.rs, mod.rs, and view_post.rs. Once you create these files, you will have to go to mod.rs, and here you will have to reference all those files. So we have to reference all those modules inside this mod.rs file. So this mod file is kind of an entry point for all the components, and we are kind of exposing all these components to other files as well. So that's what I have done over here. Once you do that, we have to add this chronos dependency to our toml file as well. So if I again go back to cargo.toml, here you can see I have just added this chrono dependency as well. Again, you can just type it out manually, just Control C to quit your cargo Leptos watch and just run it again, so it will install that dependency again. Okay, once that is done, we'll have to create this model folder. Inside that I have created two files, one for mod.rs again, which is an entry point, and another is blog_post.rs. and the reason we had added the chrono dependency is because I wanted to use this, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, naive, I guess, naive date time. So here I have created a struct of post which has an id, date time, image url, title and text. Okay, and inside mod.rs of our model folder I am just referencing that blog post so that other files can access this model class as well. Now if you go to blog_post.rs, so this is how a typical component inside Leptos is created. So first of all, what you will have to do is you will have to use this use Leptos star thing. That means we are importing everything from Leptos. Then we are using this use create model blog post of post. So the blog post model which we had created, even if you just type this out, it will automatically import that model for you. And to create a component, you will have to define it, like mark it as hashtag in square brackets component, and this is a public function which is kind of like a component, a blog post which takes a post of our model which we have created. And then you have to write this again boilerplate code of arrow impl into view, and here again whatever view you have to define, you have to define this within this view. Similarly, if you see for, so I haven't defined it for blog preview, but if you see for blog previews_rs, I have defined two component, one for blog description and one for blog preview. So you can see that it is very much similar to what we have defined inside blog_post. So you have to import Leptos. For creating a component, you have to mark it as a component, then create a function, then create a function name, and you can just write return type is impl into view, and whatever code you have to write, you have to write it within this view macro. Next, similarly for edit post as well, I have done the same thing. I have kept it simple, and for view post again same thing, and for mod.rs I have just imported all these files. Okay, and if you want, you can write this blog preview thing as well. So I'll just copy paste it just for simplicity sake. Okay, and I'll name it as blog preview card, blog preview card. Okay, so that's done. Let's see what's the next step. So we are done with this. We had added imports of component in lib.rs. okay, then you will have to go to lib.rs, and here you will have to add this import for our component as well as for our model. Once you do that, we have already done this code as well, and we have to refactor app.rs as well. So what I have done inside app.rs is, again I have created one more component of navbar. Okay, and I have imported all this blog previews, edit post as well as view post. So this is how you import components into other files. And here I have just created another component of navbar, and it has a nav tag, HTML tag. So this is a navbar. Okay, next here if you see inside my app component, I have kept it as it is, but I have added this navbar. I have commented out this style sheet as well as this title. If you want, you can keep it as well, and as well as I will keep this style sheet as well just for simplicity sake. And here I have created one router, and the router take routes. Okay, so here I am taking four routes. One is by default present, no found route. If you see, this is a no found route which is by default present when you create a Leptos project. And here I have commented out the home page as well as this was already there, like I just created this duplicate, so ignore this for now. So here inside app, what I have done is that if the user goes to /edit/some id, then we'll open edit post. If the user goes to /view/id, we'll open some view post, our view post component. And if the user goes to any other route, we'll just open the not found page. Okay, so if I refresh this, here you can see this is a nav bar and this is our block previews component. Next step which I have done is that if I go to localhost /3000/edit/ whatever, then whatever you have added after /edit/ that should be printed on your page or displayed on your page, sorry. So for that, what you will have to do is, firstly I made a mistake. So first you will have to go to app.rs, and here make sure you add a question mark. I think I had added a slash, which is incorrect, so make this as question mark. Next I have added surd inside my cargo.toml, so you can just if you have your Leptos running, like just do a control C inside your terminal, add this dependency and just run cargo leptos watch again, so it will install this dependency automatically. surd is used for serialization and deserialization purpose. Next I have gone to this edit post.rs file inside our component. So here I have imported Leptos router as well as surd serialize and deserialize. I have included this derive I am not sure, I think it is a macro. Yeah, it is a macro, and here we are just passing all these things like params, equalize, partial equalize, partial equal, sorry, debug, clone, serialize, deserialize, so that we can perform all this kind of operation on our struct. And this struct has a post id which will be an optional string, so it can be or it cannot be, so yeah, that's why we have kept it as option string. Next, if you see inside my component, I am using this use params, and I have passed this as edit post params. Okay, next here we are just matching on what the user has passed. So if there is any value inside our string, then this will get called, otherwise nothing will get called. And once we have constructed our display params, I'm just displaying it inside the view, so that's why you are seeing 12 over here. If you after /edit/, then that would get printed. Also, one more thing which I had made a change of inside my app.rs, I have updated the navbar component. So I have added an h2 tag for blog, and inside nav I have added an a ul tag which takes a list of items. So here you can pass inside the list of items, you can pass, I have just passed two anchor tags, one referring to our blog and one referring to edit, which is like creating a blog. So if I click on blog, here you can see I go to localhost /3000. If I click on edit, I go to /edit. Step which I have done is that I have just added bit of css to my actual web app. I'll show you that. Also we will do some server functions as well. So first what you will have to do is you will have to create input.css in the root folder. So if I show you where did it go, so this is my input.css, and I have just added tailwind based components and utilities. And for the components of input of type text and datetime local text area, I have just added some background color as well as some body added background color to my body as well. Okay, so once this is done, next which you have to do is I have added style to my navbar in app.rs as well. So if you go to my navbar over here, you can see I have just added one div inside another div. Like these are normal tailwind styling, so I won't go into that. And here I have added our href of moonbound, and here I have you can give whatever name makes sense to you. And here I have added one nav which has an unordered list, and which have two list items of anchor tags, one which will go to blog, another will go to create. So if I show you the output, here I am in the blog section, and if I click on create, I can enter some title. So hello. So here you can see the title getting reflected from nobody. Okay, so yeah, let's see how to do this. So here I have styled our navbar. Next I have added content to our blog post component. So I'll go to component blog post.rs, and here you can see again I have added one div and one which has a post of title, so it takes an input of post. So here I am just displaying post.title and post.text, so the one which you see over here. So I'm just displaying whatever we have inside the title as well as inside the text. Okay, so pretty simple. Next I have added implementation to blog post and derive micro as well. So if you go to blog post over here, so here I have added this derive micro so that I can easily serialize, deserialize, debug and clone, and make sure you add this imports as well. And here I have added an implementation as well, so that we will be making use of this new empty, so that whenever you call a new empty, it creates an empty post for you with an id of empty, date of whatever is the time now, image URL is empty, title is empty, text is empty. Once that is done, you have to update your edit post rs. So here I'll go to edit post.rs, and here you can see I have updated it quite a bit. So firstly make sure you add all this imports. Then we have already seen this of derive, and it takes a post id. So here I have removed the original code of display view which we had, and here what I am doing is that, so I'm creating a signal. So I'm not sure if this signals in Leptos is similar to the signals which we have in solid.js or in Angular, newer version of Angular, because I haven't used signal yet. But basically what we are doing is, so this is the read property. So if you want to read something from post, you can use this. If you want to set a post, you can use this set post, and this is a create signal. And here we are using the new empty implementation which we have just written for our post. So here I have created one div. Okay, so this is our form, this is our label, this is a span of title, and this is our input which you see over here. This is the input for title and this is the input for entry. Now if you see, like in typical HTML, we have on input change, something like that, right? And we also have a value property. So this is kind of like a controlled component. If you are coming from React.js, you might be knowing a control component. So whenever the text changes inside our text input, we are updating the set post dot update. We will get one so this post has a particular post, and we only want to update the title, right? So I'm doing post dot title equal to like just like a normal HTML, we have event dot target dot value. Same thing we are using over here, and we are passing the actual value. And given that this is a control component, we are also setting the value depending on what data is inside our post component. So here we are setting the title of our post, and here we are getting the title of our post. Okay, I hope this is clear for you. Similarly for entry as well, text area, it is a text area, and on input change we are just updating the text of our post. So I'm again calling set post dot update, and for the value I'm just calling post dot get dot text. Okay, and here I have just added our blog post on the right hand side, so you can see whatever has been added inside the text inputs. Next, yeah, I have already shown you. Now let's create a server function. So firstly what you will have to do is, you will have to create a repository folder. Inside that you will have to create blog repository and mod.rs. So first create these two files. Then we'll also have to define our blog repository in lib.rs as well. So if I go to lib.rs, here you can see that I have added our repository as well. And if you see inside the mod of .rs, I am just referencing our blog repository. And if you go to blog repository, we'll come back to this in a while. So firstly, we'll have to add SQLite inside our toml. Also we also had to add this SQLX. So if you go to cargo.toml, you can stop running your server and you just have to add this bit of line. Once you add this, you also need to add this dep sqlx. So once you do that, you can just do a Ctrl+C on your terminal and then run cargo leptos watch again. It will automatically download all the dependencies for you, so you don't have to worry. Also inside your terminal, just run this cargo install SQLX CLI. So I'm using SQLite for this just to keep it simple, but if you are curious, like if you want to use Postgres or any other database, you can do that as well. So just run this command inside your terminal. Once you do that, then you will have to run this command. So it will create a post database for us, and then we'll have to create we'll have to run sqlize database create. Okay, and then we'll have to run this sqlx migrate add post, and here it will do add this migration. So inside this migration you will have to copy paste all this code, so creating a table code. So yeah, here I have added that. And once you do that, inside main.rs, just go to main.rs and add migration. So here the migration will run automatically for you whenever you start your app using cargo leptos watch. So if it is running, just do a control C, add this code, and then run cargo leptos watch. Okay, so here this is all the code for migration. Here we are connecting to our SQLite database. In case there is any error, I am throwing that error, and here I am just running our migration. Okay, so this is entire bit of code over here. Also, the important thing which I wanted to show was this blog repository. So here I am import. So this is kind of like server functions which help us to create APIs endpoints. So here I have created one for upsert post, which is kind of like update as well as insert. And if you so this is the endpoint for it, and it takes an ID, a date time, image URL, title, text. And here for now I'm just returning okay. Similarly for getting a post as well, it is a get endpoint. Okay, and here I'm just again returning some sample value. I'm not doing any database operation yet to our SQLite database. And I have also called this previews function as well, which takes again all this oldest, newest, preview length, page size. And again I have hard coded the sample response for now, so you can just copy paste it for now. Okay, so yeah,